Hey you guys, it's Brit. Tonight we're here with a little update on the Dougherty Dozen. I had a couple thoughts about a recent TikTok that Alicia posted. And this video, I need to place a trigger warning. I am going to be talking about diet culture and body image issues. So if that is triggering for you, completely understand. Please skip this one and check out my next one. But if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so I want to talk today about the kinship girl in the Dougherty home. Just recently celebrating her birthday. I've covered that kind of the general idea a while ago. But Alicia recently went ahead and showed the shopping section of the birthday celebration. And this is, typical shopaholic, buy a bunch of, nonsense that nobody needs and give it to your kids as a way to entertain themselves. I could talk about that all day, but specifically, I want to talk about she showed the item that she bought for this girl, and that item was a waist trainer. And I already know Dougherty Dozen fans are going to come and say, oh, you're not a doctor. What do you know? You don't know anything. Waist trainers, you don't know that they're bad. So today we're going to listen to what some actual doctors have to say about waist trainers. But before we get into that, I want to talk about exposing young teens and young kids to the toxicity of diet culture when their minds are way, way, way too young to comprehend that they should be a certain weight or they shouldn't be a certain weight, or this is what, quote, normal looks like. This is what a normal shape is. It is so toxic. It is bad enough that kids are exposed to it early on because of social media. But for Alicia Dougherty to take a kinship child who is there temporarily, somebody recently asked if Alicia has adopted this child, and she said not yet. So she is really hoping that by providing these kids with materialistic garbage and letting them eat all the junk food that they want, that she will be able to win them over and permanently adopt the kinship kids. The only thing that Alicia has done for these kids is put a roof over their head and feed them. And if you consider that to be great parenting, then I think that you need to reevaluate your life, because putting a roof over their head is obviously the minimum. As far as feeding them, she feeds them the worst diet. She allows these kids to eat so much junk food. It's unbelievable to me the amount that these grocery hauls contain. As far as a percentage of sugary cereals, donuts, processed food, chips, candy, cookies, it's every single grocery haul that is full of junk food. And I've talked about that a lot. But that's not what this is about. When it comes to exposing kids to diet culture early on, you are doing two things. You are telling them that the things that they're seeing on social media as far as what a, quote, good body looks like is right. And you're going to go so far as to provide them with the materials or the equipment that they need in order to alter their bodies to meet this stupid standard that social media has put out as what looks, quote, good. There was another video recently that was being circulated, and Mama Uncharted talked about it. I will throw it in this video because it ties in directly to what we're talking about here. A family vlogging channel collabed with Real Good Foods, which oddly enough has also done paid partnerships with the Dougherty Dozen. And they allowed young children to be featured in this paid partnership that was literally mimicking toxic diet culture, with young little girls being shown in this video in their bathing suits and promoting toxic diet culture. Real Good Foods paid a family to create this video and share it on social media.
This is without a doubt one of the most problematic pieces of content I have seen on the internet in a while. For so many reasons. I'm so bothered I can't even bring myself to cut my damn kiwi. But for one, using your kids' content, especially sponsored content, is expensive. Hard stop. Your kids cannot consent to working for you and making you sponsored videos. Their privacy and safety needs to be put first. And there are way too many creepy men on these apps who live for like hypersexualized kid content online. Proof in point, this comment. No good will ever come from these family vlogging accounts. Never. And I feel this way about all family content, even the most seemingly innocent. But this content specifically, who thought this was a good idea? Letting two young girls like sassily strut around in very adult style swimsuits, engaging in stereotypical adult female gossip, being fanned by two young boys, and then naming out the diet perks of a food product that they're eating? This is not cute. This is teaching our young girls to perform gender diet culture in a very hypersexual way. And I'm not just worried about the two girls in the video, but all of the young people who are watching this. I generally have a lot of empathy for parents who I know are just doing their best. But this is so wrong on so many levels.
Instead of allowing this girl, this kinship girl, to sit in the Dougherty home and scroll on social media on her brand new iPhone that she just got for Christmas, scroll on social media and want to be like some of these girls that are floating around TikTok and Instagram, instead of giving her the equipment to, quote, train her waist, Alicia needs to be teaching this girl to love and respect her body and love herself and respect herself, instead of saying, let's slap on a waist trainer, put in your fake nose ring, and go ahead and make provocative TikToks, because that is what this girl has been doing. And Alicia has, you know, full control. She could and should be reviewing what is on this girl's phone, because if she was, then she would know about the videos that this girl is putting on social media. But she is not giving her the love, guidance, or respect to guide her.
Waist trainers could have a number of negative health effects. Number one, shortness of breath. Remember, it's sort of constricting this area. Your lungs may be involved in that as well, and some studies suggest that lung capacity could be reduced as much as 30 to 60%. But also the ribs. Rib fractures could potentially happen, certainly rib deformities, if waist trainers are used long enough and tight enough. Also, acid reflux could occur as a result of waist trainer use. And in some cases, internal organs may start to shift or move. That could potentially cause them to not work or function like they should. Some studies suggest that your core strength may be decreased from using waist trainers for longer periods of time, because the waist trainer is doing the work that your core muscles used to use. Of course, waist trainers restrict your movement, and don't forget skin rashes or skin things that can happen as a result of having a restrictive sort of device around your midsection. There are potentially other concerns or health effects to waist trainers. I've done other videos on if they actually work, if they help you get that hourglass shape, help you lose weight, etc. So make sure you check out those videos. But guys, just make sure you're careful and make wise decisions.
This is called a waist trainer. It can make you really curvy looking, but let me explain why you shouldn't do it, because it can be dangerous. The waist trainer exerts pressure on the ribs and the abdomen, so you start out looking like this, and then it turns you into this. Now, even though I look pretty good like this, it's not good for you. That pressure prevents your lungs from fully expanding and can make you short of breath. It can also give you indigestion and acid reflux. And most importantly, it can mess with your GI system and give you constipation and diarrhea.
And as far as a kinship situation goes, it is saying this is the better option for you right now. And in my opinion, the Doughertys have not done a whole lot of anything to really shape and mold these kids into being what they need to be at this young age. Alicia has done nothing but here's stuff, here's money, here's a phone, here, here's your social media. Let's do a quirky dancey dance TikTok and all of this kind of stuff. It's just gut-wrenching to witness. It really is. And I've been following the Doughertys since they were placed in Alicia's home. And it has been upsetting, to say the least, at certain points in time. I don't want to constantly just pick on Alicia, because sometimes, some people say, yeah, you're picking on Alicia. Some of the stuff I talk about is not super important in the grand scheme of things. But with this, it is so detrimental to this girl to be provided with a waist trainer and her, wide open access to post on her own social media pages. She's over here, talking to boys and wearing waist trainers and midriffs. And, Alicia has shown her opening birthday presents, and the girl was wearing such a short little skirt that you could see literally her undergarments. And Alicia didn't care to cut that out, because who has time to edit? Who has time to edit in order to protect the privacy of children that are in your home? I've said it from the get-go. I think that Alicia Dougherty is a fake savior, and I think that she is, I don't think that she is I don't think she's a good person looking at it as a whole picture. Do I think that she probably has some good qualities to her? Sure. Like, I just saw that she took her kids, some of the kids, to pick strawberries. Of course she had to film the whole thing for TikTok, but that's like a fun activity. It's getting the kids out of their house, away from their phones, and allowing them to experience something outside of the four walls of their home or the four walls of school. I like some of the stuff that she has done, but most of it is either hurting her children's confidence, their safety, their future reputations, all so that her bank account can get filled up every month. And it is tragic. So nevertheless, I wanted to make this a dedicated video. I will have another update coming on Alicia and some of her nonsensical bullshit that she does all the time. But I felt like this was important enough to make its own video and talk to you guys. Those who are applauding Alicia Dougherty, how do you excuse this? Giving a literal young girl who is there via kinship a waist trainer and allowing her to wear, midriff bearing clothing and post very provocative videos on her own social media. Who is that good for? It's definitely not good for the girl. But I think that's going to be it for now. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.